12:03. I think I'll do this for an hour. I'm back to my attention-seeking behavior, and I think I can survive an hour. I don't think I'll need my lemonade. I put my lemonade on top of the refrigerator. Lemonade! Lemonade! So here I am. Trying to make good with everyone. Ho'oponopono. Ho'oponopono. It is a responsibility, taking responsibility for yourself. Ho'oponopono. Someone invented that. It means taking responsibility for your actions. Blaming other people. Ho'oponopono. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. That's a good way to fix things. I think in the spirit realm it's good to do that too. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. The alert should be going out. Alert, alert, alert. I give myself a shave. I need a closer shave. I like to, I look younger, I guess, with a good shave. A really good shave. It's 12 p.m. No, it's 12 a.m. Sorry. Yeah, 12 a.m., 12:05 a.m. Georgia time, Eastern Standard Time. It's about 7 a.m. in Australia. I guess I'm doing this for my Aussie subscribers, if I have any Aussie subscribers. Because I think it's Wednesday in Australia. So I guess I'm up late. And I'm sitting here. This is Ed. Welcome to Eddie's Fun House. The fun house of the mind. A fun house of the mind. I'm needing a haircut. I need to trim. Maybe shave. I don't know. I'll look less crazy. Times are tough now, so I have to self groom. So, all right, that's enough information. I just want to welcome everyone to Eddie's Fun House. That's the name of this channel, of my channel. I have creative rights to it, I guess. So I'm trying to trying to do a lot of ho'oponopono. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. A lot of people like to hear I love you. A lot of people have to hear I love you. My brother is like that. I'd much rather show love. If I can show love, I think that's more dynamic. Lead by example. If I can show love. You could say I love you all day long, but if you're not doing anything that would lead me to believe that you love me, you know? Oh, my donation link. I have my donation link in my description. The description of this show, or this video, of this stream. I guess I'm starting off okay. I'm up after Saturday Night Live begins. Even though it's not Saturday night. I remember staying up for those late shows. Staying up until 11:30 p.m. post-meridian. After meridian and prime meridian or post-meridian. So how am I doing so far? I'm wearing my yellow shirt. I'm feeling very high vibrational today. I'm up late. Maybe the alert's going out. The bell, if you hit the bell icon, you will get the alert if you are a subscriber. If you're not, you're still welcome. I've lit a candle for ambiance, for atmosphere. Please leave a like, just out of impulse. I need likes to help the algorithm, help the computer pick me, so I can get more views. I guess YouTube pays you according to how many views you get, and I need a lot more views than I'm getting lately. I need a lot more views. I like to get a billboard. I want to put a billboard. Come to Eddie's Fun House. It's a fun house of the mind. And if you chat, tell me where you're from. I like hearing where you're from. So I guess here I am. I'm the guy who tells jokes. I tell jokes in my shorts. I put out three jokes today. I guess that's how my mind's been working lately. I try to make jokes out of things, out of ideas. I get ideas for jokes. I'm not a professional comedian. I guess a professional comedian actually gets paid to make people laugh. And maybe I'll be that if I keep it up. I'm getting some good feedback, some good comments, you know. So I'll keep doing what I'm doing. I need more batteries. I like these chargeable batteries. These are pretty cool. I picked this up at Sam's Club one day. It came with 2 of them. Battery packs. They're very helpful. I recommend charging it up and keeping it in the trunk of your car in case you run out of, when your cell phone runs out of battery power. I guess I'll have to fight lazy. I've been fighting lazy lately. I've been feeling pretty lazy. I guess it's part of depression. When you go through depression, you just get lazy. They say you need deep rest. That's what Jim Carrey said. Depression just means you need deep rest. That's what I've been striving for. That's why I want to be wealthy. If you're wealthy, you don't have to work. You just work because you want to. I'll probably get me a job at a movie theater. I speak to some guys who work at a movie theater. It'd be kind of nice. If I'm just a ticket taker, all I have to do is stand there and say, okay, cinema 5, cinema 4, cinema 10, you know. That'd be kind of cool. And then maybe vacuum the floors once in a while. Put some new bowl fresheners. Have you seen Joe's Apartment? I recommend that movie if you can search for it. Joe's Apartment. That was one of the free movies on YouTube. Every once in a while they have 3 movies, and but they take them away. I don't like that. They'll have the free movies available, and then they'll take them away. It's like I try to put them in my playlist. I know Thinner is in my playlist, my Ed's Movie playlist. I'll have to start posting that again. Ed's Movie playlist. They had the clowns. What was that? Killer Clowns from Outer Space. That's a really good movie. Really good movie. if you like special effects and horror, you must make a friend of horror and moral terror. You must make a friend of horror and moral terror. If they are not, then they are your enemies to be feared. Horror. That was from Apocalypse Now. That's an interesting movie. It's a Vietnam era movie. If you watch the whole thing, I think that was a Stanley Kubrick movie. I'm not sure. Stanley Kubrick made Full Metal Jacket, I know that. Clockwork Orange. So, how are things? I got some people watching. I'm up all night, or not all night. I'm up for an hour. I think I'll stay up for about an hour just to see who's in what time zone. Check out. Tell me about your time zone. I struggle with time zones sometimes because the UK is 5 hours ahead of where I live. The UK, and then there's Ireland. I get that area. Ireland, UK, the Netherlands, Norway. There was a guy from Norway one time. And then Morocco. Morocco is on the African continent. I'm getting educated as I do streams. People are educating me. This will be my Penny University. They used to call coffee houses Penny University. A lot of really smart people would hang out at coffee shops. I think Sir Isaac Newton. I'm trying to remember who else used to hang out at coffee shops. They called it a Penny University because people would be there to exchange ideas and get educated. That's what I like. I like an education. I like to find out new things. Like what time zones people are in. We share a lot of things. We have a lot of things in common most of the time. Coffee shops are, I guess, a European thing, and then it kind of made its way here to the U.S. I hope things get better, just in general. I like to see. It seems like we're heading into a new depression. What they need to do is control rent. That's what they need to do. I hear New York does rent controlled apartments. I think your rent should be according to how much you make. It should only be a third of what you make. Because you got to pay bills and you got to buy groceries. A lot of people who are working, they're working and they're living in their cars. That's what's troubling. It's discouraging to workers. So anyway, I guess we'll make this a Q&A or pick a topic. Have you ever had to stay in a hospital? Do you work at a hospital? My mom had to stay overnight last night in the hospital. I call it the Pinprick Inn or the Pinprick Hotel. They'll keep you overnight to monitor you. I've been in the hospital a couple of times because of my heart. I have heart issues. So here I am. I'm up. It's 12 o'clock. And doing this for my fans, I guess my subscribers. I have a duty to my subscribers. This is kind of like a personal, person-to-person meet and greet. The closest I can come to a meet and greet. I've always wanted to do that, you know. I've seen celebrities, they'll be on a panel sometimes. They'll all be sitting in a row and they'll be facing the audience. They did that for the Rocky Horror Picture Show. They They had, who was that guy? It was Little Nell, the girl who played Magenta. I don't know why I can't remember names right now. I'm usually pretty good with names. The guy who played Brad Majors, Barry Boswick. Yeah, Barry Boswick. Barry Boswick is pretty charismatic. He's a RZR. I remember Little Nell, and I remember Barry Boswick, Tim Curry, and the girl who played Magenta. I'm trying to remember her name. God, I don't know why that is. Whenever I really want to remember a name, it just doesn't happen. Well, it looks like it's 12 o'clock by my appearance. I know her name's not Olivia. They played that Grease song, the song from Grease. You know what I want? They're playing that on Q102. White Stripes. There was that song on Napoleon Dynamite. I believe that we're gonna be friends, or something like that. Da 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 da. Your mom goes to college. I hope some people chat with me today. I saw a 10 up there for a brief moment. It got my hopes up. One day I'll start accumulating viewers. I'll start accumulating people who chat. The one I did earlier, I did pretty good. I did pretty well. I think Richard O'Hara. What's the time? My time. My time is 12:21 in the a.m. So I guess it's going to be 1 o'clock in the morning pretty soon. I'll see how long I can do this. I'm doing this for the people in this time zone. Doing it for my Aussies, I guess. There's some people in the UK. It's probably 2 o'clock in the morning. 2 or 3 a.m. So 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's probably 4 a.m. over there in the UK. Yep, Eastern Standard Time. Greetings from Memphis. All right, Memphis. That sounds very Elvis. Memphis, Tennessee. Tennessee. Greetings from Memphis. So we've got 2 people chatting. Welcome. Welcome to Eddie's Funhouse, where I sit and chat. We hang out. How about a dad joke? Let me see. I did the one about the, how does a flower do her nails? With a pedal file. That one. Another one was illegal search and seizure. You'll have to look at the last few shorts I did. I crapped out 3 jokes today. I'm trying to do dad jokes seem to be pretty popular. Just scrolling through. Well, cool. Welcome. Willkommen. Guten Tag. Guten Nacht, I think, in German. That's how you say guten Abend. Only it's not in the evening. Well, it's good to be home. I got to eat a pizza today, courtesy of the hospital. My mom, when she was in the hospital, she could order a guest meal, and I was the guest. It was a big old, a weird looking chocolate cake. It was kind of like a lava cake, only it wasn't hot. So anyway, that's what I experienced today. She was on the 7th floor, which was the penthouse suite. The view, I could see my car from the window. They have this big bay window kind of thing. So how's everybody doing? Hope we can chat for a while. Please be generous with the likes. I haven't been getting many likes lately, so I'll have to switch it up as they say. Try to think of more stuff I can talk about. I was watching a video or a podcast with a Chick-fil-A girl. Her mom is a registered nurse, and she was talking about some injuries that her mom had helped people with. One person had blood sugar problems. Another person had fell down some steps. It's pretty interesting to listen to podcasts. I like to make this kind of like a podcast. I'm trying to find some guests. Peace out. I guess that's a peace emoji. So, my favorite poem, I like comedic poems. I haven't been much into poems lately. I think poems are very creative. How there's haikus, Japanese. What the Japanese do when they make love. After that, they write a haiku. It's kind of like a poem. It's a poem that doesn't rhyme, and then they give it to their lover. The lover. You ever watch that? Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell and Rachel Dratch used to do that lava. That was pretty funny. If you watch SNL, I always like watching comedy, sketch comedy, any kind of comedy. Who were good poets? Wasn't Edgar Allan Poe? He was a story writer. He wrote a story about some cannibalism on a boat, and it came true. That was an interesting story. There was a song called Timothy. It was about cannibalism. I don't know why I'm talking about cannibalism. Well, they make stories about it. It's funny how the Donner Summit. I've been to Donner Summit. I was watching the Grim Life Collective. Grim Life Collective went to a ghost town. I kind of like watching those videos. I always like the locations, like filming locations. Filming locations are pretty cool, and also like graveyards, grave sites. Sometimes they go to celebrity grave sites. They went to oh yeah, Rachel. Okay, yeah, but Rachel Dretch, she played Debbie Downer. You can do YouTube has some Debbie Downer videos. Debbie, you can't stop Debbie Downer. That's pretty funny. Some of the skits. That's what she's most known for is Debbie Downer. Then there's Molly Shannon. I guess I'm dating myself. I think it was in the 90s, or I think in the 90s, yeah. Night at the Roxbury, back when Will Ferrell was with SNL. Then there's Chris Farley. SNL started back in the 70s. I remember when I was a kid staying up and watching Saturday Night Live. Back then they called it Saturday Night Live. Saturday Night Live. Now they just say SNL. They use acronyms a lot nowadays. So who's with me? I'm down to a 0 again. Now I'm back up to a 2. So I'll do the best I can to read your texts. I think people still watch Friends. Back when, who was that? Who else was in Friends? Matthew Perry was in Friends. Who else was there? Jennifer Aniston. Then there was that girl that was in the Springsteen video. Hey little girl, is your daddy home? Did he go and leave you all alone? I got a bad desire. Oh, I'm on fire. Try to remember names. I can't remember names. Anyway, I guess that's part of getting old. The brain, the synapses don't work as well. I need to take some kind of pill, I guess, to make my neurons fire. I guess a lot of people do that lately. I mean, when they get older, they start carrying around a notepad so they can remember stuff. It's amazing how I have total recall sometimes. They're still making Back to the Future movies. And Ghostbusters. I guess Hollywood has run out of ideas. They're making remakes and sequels. A lot of remakes. It's crazy how many remakes there are. And reboots. It's like, yeah, we need more imagination. What they need to do is reality. Reality is stranger than fiction. Reality is much stranger than fiction. I like listening to Reddit when they read off stories. So I guess I'll reach a time when I'm not struggling for viewers. I guess that's the best I can do is just pop on at random, whenever I feel like doing a stream or making videos. I want to go back to making videos. I got to get a decent camera. But then again, I'm going through the lazies. So I'll stay on for at least until 1 a.m. I'll try to keep it everything but boring. That should be my slogan. Everything but boring. I'm glad I have the ceiling fan on. I couldn't imagine how hot it would be in here. I guess this is all I have to offer. Sit here in a yellow t-shirt and try to chat with people while I'm thinking up my next joke, or looking to hear a joke and share it. I can regurgitate, be like a mother bird, bring to my nest jokes that I found, jokes from the wild wild world. I guess I can just be me, that's all I can do right now. Give my puppet a rest. Sometimes I get lucky. I can go on promoting. I need to get paid to do the promotions. I need to find some people who will let me promote them. I seem to be a natural advertiser. I just look at products and talk about them. Maybe that'll help people get the word out. I could be a paid promoter, professional promoter. We were talking about Skibidi earlier. Wow, people don't even say goodbye anymore. They don't even say goodbye. Mansai Yog. That's the only two people who've chatted so far. Oh well. I'll just keep being me. That's all I can ask. That's all That's all I can do right now. Just keep being me. Keep trying to show humor, make laughter. I am up late. I just felt compelled. I felt compelled. And here I am. No apologies, no makeup, no meds. Just not plain nor bird nor even frog. Just little old me, underdog. Not plain nor bird nor even frog. Just little old me, underdog. That was a long time ago. Underdog. Speed of lightning, roar of thunder. Underdog. Look up in the sky. Not plain nor bird nor even frog. Just little old me, underdog. Without my super underdog energy pill, I get weaker and weaker and weaker still. Maybe they'll do a reboot of Underdog, or a remake. That'd be kind of interesting. A live action Underdog. Yeah, a live action Underdog. Underdog. That's who I liked when I was young. Underdog and Robin from Batman and Robin. I made myself I guess I was one of the first cosplay. I dressed up like Robin. I really thought Robin's outfit looked cool. Or Robin's uniform. I guess it's a superhero uniform. Robin was just the boy wonder. He was a boy genius or something like that. So who's with me? People are just popping in and out. I really like when people chat. I'm focusing on my sigil. I made myself a sigil. It's the infinity sign and the number 8. The infinity sign is green to represent money. The number 8 is supposed to be a lucky number, a finance number. The number 8 and the infinity, money forever. That's what I've been focusing on. My sigil. Sigils are used a lot. I think I look like I had a haircut. I tried to even out my sideburns. I gotta put OCD. There's a song about OCD. I gotta make it right. It's my OCD. I'm gonna have to do that. I like to promise links to videos that I found. It's a pretty funny song. It's a pretty funny video. I pray that people will chat with me. We're 35 minutes in. 35 minutes into the show. That's all I have to offer right now. That's kind of like just me. All I have to offer is me. Try to remember all the Harry Potter spells. Expecto Patronum. That means I await my guardians. Expecto Patronum. I await my guardians. And then there's Incendere. When you want to burn something up, Incendere. That's kind of self-explanatory. Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa. When you want a feather to float, Wingardium Leviosa. And then there's Expelliarmus. When you want a wand to fly out of somebody's hand, Expelliarmus. What else was there? Arresto Momentum. Arresto Momentum. I like that one. That sounds pretty powerful. Avacadaver. Avacadaver. That means to kill somebody. That's a death spell. Avacadaver. Avacadaver. I think that's how it's said. I better be careful not to say it. Abracadabra means I create as I speak. Abracadabra. I need to make a stack of cash appear. That would be nice if all you had to do was say some words and a stack of cash appears. A stack of cash every month to cover all of your expenses. Or if you got paid what you're worth, I think that's the biggest discouragement to people who work. I think the main thing I'm hearing is real estate and rentals, apartment rentals, mobile home rentals. People should not be able to charge obscene amounts. I think we should go on strike. We should go on strike as renters. Say we're not going to pay. They couldn't prosecute all of us. I don't think they could do that. I don't think they would have the funds to evict each person. I think it's $79. $79 to evict a person. And then you have to go to court. And that takes time away from getting work done. You could tie up a lot of people in court. If we all just decided, I'm not going to pay $1,500 a month for rent. That would put the brakes on everything. That'd put a big kibosh. Could you imagine an entire apartment building? If an entire apartment building said, I'm not going to pay $1,500 a month. I just can't do it. Then they'd have to file an eviction for each and every person who lived in the apartment building or an apartment complex. If everyone say, hey, I'm only going to pay a third of what because you had to, I remember that, at least in the 90s, early 2000s, you had to make 3 times the rent. And it's like, wow, and property tax is going up in some places. It's like people can't, they spend 30 years paying off a house and then they can't afford the property tax. And it's like, and then it becomes, I guess, property of the state, a house that you worked so hard to stay in. It's like, there needs to be some changes. And it's so discouraging. You know, a person works 2 to 3 jobs or 1 to 2 jobs, and they can't afford to stay in an apartment. Oh, it's Mercury time. Mercury time. Well, this didn't turn out very well. It's 40 minutes in. I guess people have to be made aware. I guess not a lot of people are on the YouTube right now. I'm looking forward to where I can have at least 10 people at the very least, or maybe 20 people, so I could read all the texts. Sometimes I don't even bother. They don't even bother reading the texts. I notice sometimes they'll have streams, and during the streams you just see people putting in uh, text into the stream, and the person, the YouTuber, doesn't even read the text because they're so overwhelmed. I guess they have so many people. It's like it's hard to read all of them, and they just keep coming up. Sometimes they just talk amongst themselves. People who do the people who are texting, the people who are chatting, they talk amongst themselves sometimes. All right, it's 41 minutes in, so maybe right now it's 12:45. I like being able to see what time it is. It makes me feel in control when I know what time it is. It's Tenacious D time. I gotta keep my the bags under my eyes. I am hoping for a breakthrough. I'm praying for a breakthrough in my uh, promoting. I want my promoting to pay off. Isn't that a law of the universe? If you put work into if you put work into something, you're supposed to reap what you sow. I've been sowing for months. I've been sowing for years, and I haven't reaped anything yet. I haven't reaped much of anything, and that's sad. That's an injustice. I've been really sowing here. I've been sowing a lot as far as this channel, keeping this channel full of content, adding more content, and handing people cards, handing people cards that have my YouTube channel on it. Here's an example. I've been handing out these cards. I can, I guess, I've been handing out these business cards that have my YouTube channel on it. And it says, join in on the fun. It has my YouTube channel on there. My Facebook. Hopefully people will, yeah. I need to ask God about that. How come I'm not reaping what I sow? Why am I not reaping what I sow? What's the problem here? When you're out there in the garden planting seeds all day, every day, planting seeds in your mind, planting seeds in your heart, planting seeds in your life, shouldn't you get something? Shouldn't you get something? I mean, granted, maybe not all of the seeds will sprout, but a majority of the seeds should sprout. I mean, it's a law. I guess I'm defying that law. You know, I've been creating content. I've been promoting websites, creating content, promoting websites, and promoting this channel. through shorts and business cards, and it's like something's wrong here. I should have a lot more than just 800 for a year's worth of work. That's what's puzzling to me. A year's worth of work, and I only have 800. I think 827, 828 subscribers. I should have way more than that because I'm getting chatters. I'm getting people who chat with me from different countries and from different states, and I should have donations. I should have people coming to my websites and purchasing something. I should be a millionaire, at least a millionaire, if not a billionaire. I should be at least a millionaire by now. I've had people say that. I've had people have said, Ed's a millionaire. It's like, I need to see that in this world. What's inhibiting that? I like to have some kind of reading done. What's inhibiting the fruit of my labor? What's inhibiting the fruit of my labor? All that, my labor. I mean, if you wash windows, if you change diapers, if you cook meals, you should get paid. And it's like, I've been doing a lot of work for no money, and I can't figure that out. I've been doing a lot of work, posting a lot of content, telling people about my YouTube channel, giving cards to people that have my YouTube channel on it. It's weird. It's just weird. It's unbelievable. I've been putting a lot of work into this channel. Content, handing out business cards, telling people aloud, a crowd of people, in front of a crowd of people saying, my YouTube channel is Eddie's Fun House. I wonder what's up with that. I should ask the angels, please reveal to me why I'm working so hard and not reaping what I sow. And does that make sense? If you wash some windows, if you bust tables, if you wash cars, if you cut hair, if you stack dishes, if you stack boxes, if you deal cards, you should have a paycheck. You should get paid. It's like, I've been doing a lot of work. It's a lot of work to do, to create content that people will watch. And it's just, I don't get it. I don't understand. I'm promoting websites. I'm doing a lot of work. And I'm not understanding why I'm not seeing anything. It's just not, it doesn't make sense. You shouldn't make nothing. You just shouldn't. Maybe that's what should be my chant. I shouldn't make nothing. If I tell a lot of people, and I have told a lot of people about my YouTube channel, I should be reaping what I sow. I'm confused. I don't understand. Maybe I need to go before a congregation. Say, well, I'm handing out business cards to people. Maybe not enough people, because I guess this may be the ratio. Maybe every 10 people you had business cards to, maybe 5 of them will answer, or maybe 4 or 5 of them will answer if you hand out 10 business cards. I guess that's what it is. I need to just hand out all of my business cards. Hand out all of my business cards. People should be finding me by mistake. By mistake or just by serendipity. People should be seeing my channel just by chance. By chance, they should be seeing my channel. And I should have a lot more than just 800 and, I guess it's 818 or 18 and 828 for a year. And it's like, wow, how discouraging. How humiliating, like Popeye would say. How humiliating. It's like, maybe that day will come, all that work I did will go, yeah, it was worth it. It was worth it to hand out those business cards. It was worth it to tell people about my channel. It was worth it to do all those shorts and videos, all those cartoons. It was worth it, I'm hoping to see that day. I think some prayers. I need to ask people to pray. Something is seriously wrong here. It is seriously wrong. I mean, if you hand out business cards, if you tell people, at least half of those people should, at least out of morbid curiosity, out of pure curiosity, should visit said channel at least once, just to satisfy their curiosity. It's like, I'm trying to figure that out. That seemed to be my life story. I don't know what the hell that's all about. I've paid so much money for advertising. So much money for advertising. I put so much effort into telling people about what I'm up to. And it's like, it just bounces off their head. It doesn't go anywhere. Your word's not supposed to come back void. Your word is not supposed to come back void. An air conditioner is supposed to, if it's blowing out cold air, people in the room should be cooled off. I mean, it's just the laws of physics. If you throw a rock, it's supposed to hit something. And it's kind of weird. It's like I'm throwing things into Mel's hole. You ever heard of Mel's hole? They call it a bottomless pit. It's like, yeah, advertising should be a money pit. Advertising should get you, it should start out, advertising should only go for a little while. Should be done for, until, it's like the ripple effect. Advertising should be your ripple effect. You put your ad in the newspaper, you put your ad in Google or whatever, and then after a while you shouldn't have to pay for advertising. If you get enough customers, those customers tell other people, word of mouth. Advertising should be a start. Like Dunkin' Donuts. You don't see a lot of commercials about Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks. I've never seen a Starbucks commercial, but cars are lined up. Cars are lined up to buy something at Starbucks. Like they need it. They go there like they need it. They go to Starbucks like they need it. All these other stores, and it's like, I don't, but it's like, yeah, it should be a ripple effect. If you pay for some advertising, then after a while, You just start making money. I hope that day comes real quick. That day when God says, you know what, all those business cards, all those people you told, here you go. I'm going to throw you a bone. You've started that ripple effect or the butterfly effect. I guess this is me venting. That's what I'm doing at 12 o'clock. That's what I'm doing. Oh, it's almost 1 o'clock now. It's almost 1 o'clock. Only 2 people chatted with me. Maybe it's not wise to get 1 a.m. I was up at 1 a.m. one time, and I got some, maybe if I stayed with this again. Yeah, I mean, if you shoot an arrow, it should hit something. If you throw a match into a field, it should catch fire. But I defy logic. It's just, it doesn't make sense. If you put a lot of effort into promoting your business, you should get something. Especially if you're diligent like me, a guy who is fueled by fear, fueled by I got to do something because I don't want to be working all day and just not even be able to pay rent. That would really throw me into a deep depression. If I'm working a 9 to 5, I'm working most of the day and I can't even afford rent. Or I can afford rent, but I can't afford to keep the heat on, which will force me to have to work 2 jobs. And it's like, that seems to be the order of the day. A lot of people. And it's like, what if you're sick a couple of days? What if you have to go to court? It's like, then you're not going to make that money. And on top of not being able to pay for gas and electric, you can only afford your rent. It's like you're not only working poor, but you're not able to afford your electric. You're not only able to afford your gas or your phone. Your boss needs to call you in, and you don't have a phone because you can't afford one. There needs to be something done. This is going to be like another revolution. You know, like the Bolshevik Revolution, the French Revolution. It's like, it's going to be crazy. People are going to start taking over houses, empty houses. Squatters are doing that. I wonder how many workers are squatters. How many dedicated, honest workers are just taking over an abandoned house, taking over a house that nobody lives in. I guess our voices have to be heard. Anyway, somebody's probably going to watch this. Maybe I'll plant some seeds into people's heads, and then I'll be held accountable. I guess that'll be my disclaimer. I'm just venting here. That's my disclaimer. I don't want to get in trouble because somebody decides to take over an abandoned house or take over a neighborhood. Attica, Attica. It's all a bit of history repeating, like that song goes. It's all just a bit of history repeating. It's all just a bit of history repeating. It's hard. It's like, okay, you own a house, you move people in, and then you hike up the rent. You jack up the rent to where a person who's honest and hardworking can't afford to live in your fucking house. Oh, I said the bad word. I said the F-bomb. I lit that F-bomb. I wonder how many times I could say bomb before I wind up on a list. F is the bomb. It's the bomb. The F word is a warranted word sometimes. It's a word that, anyway. So 2 people have chatted with me, and I have 0 likes, which is kind of like, wow, what's up with that? You join us. I'm just cranky today. I guess I'm up too late. I'm cranky. It's 1 a.m. It's probably 1 a.m. now. Let's check. Yep, 1:04. I'm getting good. I'm getting good at telling time. 1 a.m. seems to be a good time. There was somebody from Australia that chatted with me for a brief moment, a flash in the pan, and I guess that's why I'm up this late. Maybe I'm trying to get repeat business. Every once in a while, I just like to play my recorder. I wonder why they call it a recorder. This doesn't look like a recorder. This looks like a snake charmer flute. It's a flute. It's a fucking flute. I'm not drunk. That sounds like a sad song. Oh, I don't have my fingers where they should be. Maybe I'm in a parallel universe. Maybe I have tons of customers, but they're in a parallel universe or an alternate universe. All my advertising is being seen by people in an alternate universe. I got to consider that. Maybe if I stopped advertising, I would start getting customers. Because you have to do that reverse. But even Einstein said for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. I guess that rule doesn't apply to me. Well, I guess this is my battle against discouragement. My battle. Is it a battle? Do I need to put my armor on and show you how strong I am? Yamaha. Yamaha. This flute is made by Yamaha. That brought you the motorcycle. I should do that in a Chinese restaurant. I wonder if I get thrown out. I'd probably get thrown out. I go into a Chinese restaurant and then just watch for a response. Or after she takes my order. It's kind of hypnotic. Let's see how long I can keep that up. I like to follow somebody around. That's a theme from MASH. Cause suicide is painless, it brings on many changes, and I can take or leave it if I please. Cause suicide is painless, it brings on many changes, and I can take or leave it if I please. I should put that link in the description, the link that takes you to that song. MASH was started by a movie with Elliot Gould and Donald Sutherland. I guess my mom has to put the dog out. 1 o'clock in the morning. 1 o'clock in the morning, my mom has to walk the dog outside. I don't know why that happens. When I'm watching the dog, he doesn't have to go outside at 1 o'clock in the morning. He sleeps. I guess because my mom pampers him. My mom shouldn't pamper the dog. Ishkabaha. Ishkabaha. That means water of life in Gaelic. Agus fagabeshu vadasoshe. Agus fagabeshu vadasoshe. That means, that's the way I like it. Agus fagabeshu vadasoshe. I don't know much Gaelic. Gaelic is a native language of Ireland, I think. Yeah. The English don't know Gaelic, but the Irish do. Oh, wow. This isn't turning out very well. It's been an hour and 11 minutes, and I've only had 2 people chat with me. Oh well. I guess because I'm grumpy. I'm not really a low vibrating grumpy. I'm just like, I think there's a lot of that going around. People just can't afford anything anymore. It's like we need a new regime. We need a king. We need a king who cares about the people. We need a king. A kingdom. We need a kingdom. Because sometimes votes, a king who really cares about the people. Votes don't count, the counters count. Votes don't count, the counters count. People think we have an actual democracy. People think that voting is going to change things. There's a big club and you ain't in it. That's what George Carlin said. It's a club and you ain't in it. It's all about manipulation of the masses. You can't even plant a backyard garden anymore. I hear they're trying to stop that. We're eating food that isn't good for us. We're eating things that are chemically altered, which makes us have to go to the hospital, which makes us have to be on medication. Instead of fixing the problem, instead of treating the symptom, they medicate the symptom. No, the cause. The symptom is a resultant of the cause. The symptom is the resultant of the cause. What we need to do is start treating people like human beings. That's what causes depression. When you stop treating a person like a human being, they get depressed. Because depression is an offshoot of discouragement. If you really follow the dots, a reason why a person is depressed, it's probably because they're discouraged. Or because one of their family members is not healthy. That could be the cause of the depression and anxiety. If you put a person in an anxious situation, they're going to feel anxious. They're going to feel anxiety. So what we need to do is work on not putting people in anxious situations. Like when you work all day and you can't afford anything but rent, that puts you in an anxious situation. Or when you got kids and you're working a job and the job doesn't cover your kids' proper nutrition, that puts you in an anxious situation. And giving someone drugs doesn't help. You got to give the person enough money to pay the rent and feed their kids and pay for their clothing and their shoes and their underwear and their socks and their jacket so that and their headgear so they don't get cold. You know, that's what we should work on instead of giving people drugs, instead of making people pay for therapy. The best therapy is a good life, in my opinion. The best therapy is a good life. You know, a vacation once in a while, where you can take a week off and you don't lose any money. You can take a week off with your kids, spend time with your kids, not just Saturday and Sunday, which is the only time people can probably spend with their kids. More better marriages, much better. People shouldn't get married on a whim. People shouldn't have kids on a whim. Kids are a big responsibility. They need parents who love them. We probably wouldn't need prisons if people grew up with a mom and a dad instead of just a mom or a dad, or being in a foster home or being in an orphanage. Those are kind of anxious situations. Anyway, if you'd like to chat with me, I'm a pretty nice guy. I guess right now I can shut this down. This wasn't what I expected. I guess people are working, people have to work and people have to sleep. But again, the time zones, you know, it's probably 10 o'clock on the West Coast or 11 o'clock. If there's a 3-hour time difference, most people are probably sleeping around 11 o'clock, so I can't expect too much. So stay cheery, stay classy, and I guess I'll end this stream and I'll tell people about it. So let me know in the comments. Nobody leaves comments anymore in the streams. I rarely get comments in the streams. I get mostly in the shorts. So I guess I'll end this one. Good night or good morning, wherever you may be. I'm starting to sound like George Norrie. All right, bye. Okay.